Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Film Snobbery Live. I'm your host, the film snob Nic Baisley. I am very excited to be doing the show tonight, and we have to have a large amount of excitement tonight from everyone, myself included, because our guest is very, very sleepy tonight, because we're getting him at a very late time of night tonight. And no, I'm not talking about co-host director Jerry Cavallero. That man is up all the time. If he is one thing, he's a woman's dream because he is up all night. Jerry, hi. How are you?
Hi, thanks for that. I guess that's to make up for the penis jokes last week.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I figure I got to throw you a bone sometimes so you'll keep coming back. So I want to definitely say hi to Jerry Cavallero, and but our guest tonight, our guest hails from not here in the States, but over in the UK. His name is Nic LaRue, and he actually has a movie he's going to be talking about tonight, Mrs. Peppercorn's Magical Reading Room. We're going to actually show you guys a trailer for that but in a moment. But first I want to talk to you a little bit about the rest of the show. The rest of the show, well, we have the interview like we've said. We're also going to go ahead and we're going to talk about our Indiegogo project of the week, which hopefully I'll pick by the time we get to it. And then, a little last minute stuff. Then Jerry and I will probably have a little bit of a chat towards the end like we have been, you know, just about how our week has gone and whatnot. I got a lot of stuff I want to share as well. And then you guys can all piss off, as they say. But I want to encourage everyone, of course, if you guys have any questions out there in the chat room or on Twitter, definitely put them out there. Send them over to us. Jerry will forward them on over to me, and we will forward them then on to our guest. So, so we don't delay, let's go ahead. Let's check out real quick the trailer for Mrs. Peppercorn's Magical Reading Room. When we return, we will have a little bit of a chin wag, as they say. With our guest, Nic LaRue. You guys hang tight. We'll be right back after we watch our little trailer here. So stick around.
Someone once told me that magic was not written, but hidden deep within. So this poses the question, do we all possess magic?
I meant to never speak to strangers. How long did it take you to collect all of these? Wow.
Fog was all around.
Why do you think my real mama doesn't want me?
She loves you, but so do we.
This is Eloise.
Hello, my dear.
I'm Mrs. Peppercorn.
She was a writer of children's books, magical stories.
Reception keeps breaking up. Can you hear me?
Everything here is all yours. And the magic.
That's right. It's Mrs. Peppercorn's Magical Reading Room, filmed by Nic LaRue. LeHan, not Han Solo, Han Solo. But we've got him here tonight, and we're going to chat him up. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nic LaRue. Hey, sir, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am just ducky, sir. I'm very excited to have you on. And we were, for those of you who aren't in the know, we were chatting a little bit before the show, and you've got a lot of stuff going on, and it's great that I'm great to hear about all the success that you're having with Mrs. Peppercorn. Well, could you take us a little bit through just some of the things that have been going on with that you kind of shared with me a little bit? Some of the stuff as far as when you had your first screening, you got a great write-up, all that kind of stuff. Let's get some people excited about what's going on in your world.
Yeah, okay. We screened the short film in March this year at BAFTA in the UK to 300 and so people. We did 2 screenings that night, and Variety came and they did a review of the film, which went out in the 18th of April's edition, full page, loads of photos. Really positive review of the short, which is fantastic. That's what we wanted. We then kind of like toyed with the idea of should we put the short into festivals, or should we put it online, or we didn't really know what to do. And because of the success of the trailer, we put the trailer out originally out in September last year, and that just went epic over the internet, like overnight. All the film websites, all you guys kind of blogged it and stuff, and it just went manic. We decided to put the film online for everybody to see, and that's what we did about 2 weeks ago. And so far, I think it's like 7,000 hits were like in the first week, and it starts to tail down a bit, and then you do a bit more PR, and it bumps up once again. So that's kind of where we're at with the short right now.
Okay, and so you also got this great write-up from Variety you were talking about, and what's it like when you guys after you got the write-up from Variety, basically what happened the next day? Like, did you notice an immediate change in the attitude towards the movie from other people that you were dealing with, or from did you notice that you were getting a bit higher volume of calls?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was stupid because I was really busy. We were finishing off the script for the trilogy, which I'll go into later. And within sort of 24 hours of the review going live, my management in LA were getting calls and getting emails. I was getting emails from agents and studios and telephone calls from producers, all stateside. All wanted to know what the trilogy was about, because they get a copy of the script, and when could they see the short, and so we had to get the short online pretty quickly, and it just it was like a snowball effect. It was you can't beat PR. Good PR and bad PR are basically the same. If someone gives you a negative review, someone's going to give you a positive review, and it kind of just works like that. And luckily for us, we've had some really good reviews from the film websites, from the media. Moviescope magazine have been behind, supported us. They're a British magazine. I think you guys might get it in the US. I don't know. But Moviescope, they supported it, and they put like a full page one sheet in there of the poster. They did an interview with me as a director to watch, and so forth, and just things are just been a snowball effect. It's carried on like that over the last sort of 2 or 3 months or so, and it can get very laborious at times. Constantly replying to emails that people can I see a copy of your short? Where can I see your short? And so you're sending out the same email to everybody. I mean, I probably send out 500 or 600 emails in replies to studios and independent financiers and agents and all that sort of stuff. But hopefully, I think something will come off it.
No, and I noticed that you did decide to go ahead, and I'm going to direct everyone to there right now. If you guys out there all go to mrspeppercornthemovie.co.uk, you guys can actually watch the film online, and as well as see the trailer. What kind of made you make that decision rather than going to, like, say, film festivals with it, instead going and just putting the film out there for everyone to see?
Well, you make a short film. Why do people make short films? They don't make short films. Well, I mean, some people make, but I'm not interested in winning awards. That's not why I make movies. I'm interested in directing because I want to tell a story and I want to entertain people. And the short film, if you go into festivals, it's going to get seen by a limited amount of people. And I want everybody to enjoy it. Some people are going to like it, some people aren't going to like it. But so far, everybody's liked it. So by putting it online, blog about, it's going to be in this festival, it's going to be in that festival. I mean, even though we're still getting emails from festivals saying that they still want to screen the film. We've got one in, I think we've got one in Boston, we've got one in LA, we've got the Sundance Film Festival. They all still want to show the movie, despite the fact that it's actually online. There are certain festivals that you're not putting into because they're in the awards for Oscars and all that sort of stuff, and their legislation is that you can't stick your short film online because obviously you're going to potentially increase its popularity and it may win an award because of that, and all that sort of rubbish. But we just want to film online, get everybody to see it, or as many people to see it as they possibly can, and they're either going to like it or they're not going to like it. So that's kind of it, really. We just want people to enjoy.
And so far, you've had a fairly overwhelming positive reaction. And have you had any negative reaction at all? And how do you deal with that on your end?
When the trailer went live, the first trailer that we put out in September, at that point the score hadn't been written, so we had to use some temporary music that we got off a director's CD that film editors use. And I think we had like one or two negative responses about just the music and not about anything else. All the film websites, they all blogged it and, were saying, they're really interested in seeing the film and can't wait for it to come out and, all those sort of things. But then you get other people commenting about it saying, well, it doesn't really tell me anything, and it's, and it's really hard to make a trailer for a short film. You can make a trailer for a feature film and it tell a little story, where you can't give away too much information in your short, in your trailer for your short, because it would give predominantly the whole story away, and you don't want to do that. So it was really difficult to cut a trailer together. But I would say out of the 7,000 or 8,000 people that watched the trailer, we had about 4 people that didn't like it.
Well, that's that's a good percentage to have. I mean, it's nice and low, and I don't think that's not a bad percentage in any if any marketing person was looking at that, they'd be like, well, you can't please everyone all of the time. So I think
that's right. It's all about preferential choice. People watch films. I mean, my DVD and Blu-ray collection is vast. I've probably got about 400 DVDs and Blu-rays of all different, genres. Some I like, some I don't like. I've been out and bought them for, £3 or £4 because they were cheap, and I just thought, I'll watch it, and I've either liked it or I haven't liked it. And it's the same with, the short film circuit. People are either gonna, it's not like, I'm gonna, I either love it or it's okay or it's crap. It's either gonna be people love it or they think it's crap, and you win some, you lose some, and if I get a 50-50 at the end of the day, and 50% love it and 50% hate it, I'll be happy with that. 100% hate it, then obviously I haven't done a very good job as a director, have I?
Right. It's like it's 50-50. The glass is half full. What a positive way of looking at it. Yes, but the glass is half full of...
My life is completely half full.
Yeah, but what is it half full of? And that's what they're not telling you. That's the other side. If you have a glass half full of shit, then no, I'm kidding. But and actually that brings me to another little thing. I wanted to try something on the show here, and I think that it's an exercise, and I think you specifically will do a great job at this, because you've already kind of made me kind of stand up and take notice of Mrs. Peppercorn, not only because you're a very persistent person in your promotion, but you also genuinely have a good product. And so we're gonna play a little game, and it's called Make Me Care. And the idea behind Make Me Care is It's basically you pitching to me and the audience your film. I know we already watched the trailer, but you know how sometimes you're like, oh, it's a movie that's a cross between this and this. It's a basically this is what your industry pitch would be if I was a movie exec. And you meet me on the street and I say you've got 2 minutes. So
am I pitching the short or am I pitching the feature?
You are pitching. Let's pitch. Let's pitch the short because that's what's out there and that's what people can see. So now what we can do is we can get them excited and then they can go over to mrspeppercornthemovie.co.uk and they can go from there and then they can watch the short. So I'm a studio exec. I've got I'm going to give you 2 minutes and my response to you is, all right, man, make me care.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, Mrs. Peppercorn's Magical Reading Room is a magical short film set in a very surreal environment with beautiful characters. It's a dark movie, but has a very, very positive ending. It's so beautifully shot by Stephen Murphy, the director of photography, has some great visual effects in there. We put a lot of passion and effort into making this little short film entertaining, engaging for a wide audience. And if you don't go and see it, then you're missing out on something truly magical.
Nice. And scene. No. No, I like how you definitely you've as if I'm a film exec, you've already told me, okay, we've got a wide audience potential here. That's good. And the reason why I want to start playing this game with different people is because one of the things I find, and Jerry suffers from this, and this isn't a slam against him. It's a hard thing to master, and that is the master of the pitch, and making people stand up and take notice. I mean, on a weekly basis, we give people the ability to come on the show and tell us about their movie, and there have been a few occasions, tonight is not one of them, but a few occasions where I couldn't give two shits about the movie that these people are describing to me. And I try really hard because even when I review movies, I review them on an individual basis. I try not to be prejudiced to genre or budget or, a lot of other, I let a lot of shit slide is basically what I'm saying. And so, which also makes it all that much sweeter when I do see a movie like Mrs. Peppercorn or, even if it's a short, that has production value, that has an original score, has talented people in it that make a movie like that come alive. And so I think that a good game to get people going for something like this, so because we always like to focus on education here at Film Snobbery, is to play that game called Make Me Care, where we'll have the person we have on pitch us their movie, or if it's an actor, I'm a director, why should I hire you?
Okay. But the alternative pitch would be, I'm obviously from the UK. People perceive the UK as very sort of, East End London, all right, geezer, governor, and all that sort of stuff. So I just say to you, look, if you don't watch Mrs. Peppercorn, I'm going to come and break your legs. So, I could sell it that way if you want me to, man.
You could sell it that way as well, in which case I'd be like, security. Nice, sir. But where did you find all the people, the fantastic people that you're working with on Mrs. Peppercorn? I mean, because you have a few people involved in this who have, let's say, slightly more than industry experience. I mean, they're not everyone is a beginner here that you're working with. How did you cast and crew up?
Oh, okay. It was a very, very quick process, to be honest. We wrote the script, myself and Helen, my wife, wrote the script in about 3 days. We tweaked it over the course of 2 weeks while we were prepping. So within the 3 days of writing the script, we were filming 2 weeks later. So that's a very, very quick process. I don't think there's anybody that's ever made a short film that quickly, or gone into production, actually filming within 2 weeks of actually writing a script. But we knew that we had something, interesting, something that was going to be engaging for an audience, and there weren't that many magical fantasy shorts out there that had the production value that we were aiming for. Chris Jones who did Gone Fishing, did an amazing short film, won loads of awards, had great production value, and we just thought, all short films should be like this. Why can't they be? You can make a short film. It's all about the thinking power of doing something. If you've got the talent to make something, then you've got the talent to bring it to life on the screen and add as much production value as you possibly can. So I just called everybody and anybody. It's kind of like opening the yellow pages and just picking out somebody's name or a company's name, ringing them up, and then pitching what I was trying to do, and said, look, we have no money to pay you guys, but we would really like you to help out. And we were fortunate that 160 people ended up helping out